my co-panelists, and good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon. Okay, I know it's post-lunch. I'm happy to be back in Chandigarh. I have good association of more than around 15 years working here, coming here in fact, working with various companies, various avatars. Glad to see many of the known faces with whom I interacted. The topic is interesting today. In fact, from IBM, I'm taking the opportunity to show you the flavor of what smart solutions we can offer and how the CSC can be the vehicle to deliver it. I think I like, man, your slides, the drones delivering those smart solutions. So I think on similar lines, some of the solutions I'm going to talk about from IBM. Okay. So I think first and foremost thing, I think in government, we're seeing across globe, the innovation is growing. And I like Agrawalji in the morning when he talked about Aam Aadmi. I think everything is driven toward citizen-centric. I think that's what also the theme of my session. Unless it's giving benefits to the citizen, I think most of the governments are looking for solutions which reaching out to the citizen more effectively, giving them handle to make use of the government services or the citizen services more effectively. That's the motto in majority of the government. I mean, India, different states, worldwide, everywhere people are looking for those innovations and services. So if we look around the circle, these are some of the common services, I think, where governments are trying to pass the benefits to the citizen. Either it's the agency and the government administration, back-end administration part, or if you see on the right-hand side, there are three big brackets, I would say, where you can say a state or a city or governments or the citizens, every components can be divided into. So one is like planning and management, okay, how your cities can be planned better, effective. Just like your urban planning or your environment or your back-end government automation, to the infrastructure where we live, what we use, what we consume, transportation, energy, water, all of those are utility or infrastructure. And beside that, I think human or the citizen part is equally important, how those benefits are consumed by those people. So if I look around this space, majority of governments are looking to improve upon these areas and extend these services. While it's common service citizens, common service centers, CSCs, going here, or a kiosk, or any kind of a front office mode that can be extended to them for these services. So for IBM, I think many of these are clearly our focus areas. If you look at the departments like public safety, governance, transportation, energy, healthcare, water, these are the big projects where IBM is spending a lot of effort, innovation, research to give us smarter solutions. And some of the solutions are in fact listed out here, either in terms of city operations or the governance of the operation part of it, or the law enforcement, how the analysis can be done better, how the crime can be reduced effectively, management of buildings, gas emissions, all that stuff in planning and management. Similarly, infrastructure, we have done quite a large number of projects improving upon the state of transportation, water, utility, electricity, grids, all that stuff. Plus human part of it. I'll talk about some of them in almost around 10 to 15 minutes of time slot and open to any question if you have. Now, starting on the same pillar, one of the very common, I would say, mode of delivery of any project, I think, composed of multiple aspects. One, obviously, the core application, the back end, okay, where government delivers the end-to-end services, and the front, through CSC or any kiosk, the extension of those services to the citizen. So both these components are good, important, beneficial. So we have created a kind of a framework around those lines. Okay, this can be extended to many of your projects. Recently, e-district or your municipality or any kind of a civil services project, those can be delivered using that framework and extended via CSC. So if I very quickly talk about it, there is the front office part, there is the back office part. I'm not going to do technology part as of now, but just to explain, I mean, consider that there is no technology, okay? Consider there is no automation. Obviously, there are certain components that we need to think about. If somebody has to do the governance, somebody has to do the collaboration with certain people. Somebody needs to ensure your files are moving from one place to another. So that means there is the approval process, workflow kind of activity. Somebody needs to do some kind of analysis before a decision is taken, right? So these are the components that one consider before delivering something. I'm talking about the back office part of it. So today in government, it's been called as a case management approach or a case worker. So government citizen services or people who are delivering those services, they're classified as a case worker. So IBM has positioned itself into the same arena through a back office automation like a case worker approach. I'll touch upon it in the next slide. Similarly, in the front office side, there are requirements where people expect, right, somebody like CSC is delivering the services. You should have some kind of a system where you capture my application. Maybe it should be able to work even if the connectivity is not there. Plus other security mechanics to hold my data securely, right? So these are some of the traits for any back office, I would say civil service framework, so to say. I'm just taking one screenshot just to highlight one service. Maybe it's a e-district screenshot where somebody in the front would have an electronic form where the data is captured and in fact it is submitted for the further processing, which goes to the back end, which is my back end department, which allows me to look at the application that is applied for, get all its details, plus the associated documents that are attached. In a very simplistic manner, I'm trying to explain to you. So IBM has lots and lots of products, but I'm not going there. I'm just trying to explain the framework. So the idea here is that if somebody at the back end would need to, here in this example, domicile maybe certificate need to be issued. So while the domicile certificate need to be issued, you need to look around the validity of the data. You need to see if my subordinate has checked all the documents. Maybe there are comments being passed by that. So all of that, if it is given in one single unified way to that officer, I think the governance becomes easier. The explanation of those cases can be handled much more with the agility, I would say. So similarly, I think we've been reading a lot of citizen charter kind of expectation, where a citizen is supposed to be given a service in a stipulated amount of time. So if I know that a certificate to be issued in 3 days or 4 days, where are the gaps, where are the delays? So in the same framework, am I getting that information? Am I seeing the delays? Am I knowing, for example, this dial picture as an illustration shows, there are 46 cases which are taken more than 5 days. Okay, and there is a list of that. So if I can get it while the system process those applications, I think much easier for people to manage things. So just one slide here just to highlight what I'm talking about. We got technology and solution in that area called Case Manager, which is end-to-end solution, integrated solution, which can be deployed at the back end to deliver any kind of a service. Okay, you can generate these services in, like in 3 to 4 days because everything is well integrated. But the idea is not to talk and sell technology, but give the perspective there. So that's one aspect where I think we can see a lot of activities going by a lot of departments here. I see NIC, Hartron and various other teams here they're doing it. And we're also working with many of the government departments and top enterprises to deliver it. So be it the postal department where we have seeded that, be it one of the visa application processing where we have helped them, be it say factories and boiler. In fact, in Karnataka we work with them in assuring the clearance to the factories given at the back end through the case management tool, and similarly banks. So while these are the projects which we have done, similarly I think we feel in Haryana there are opportunities and projects. Some of them are already being developed, being done and already being run, like IGRS, e-municipality, citizen services, Secondly, automation is also another area. I think we've been getting a lot of requests. I think the record rooms, maintenance of that, from fire and all that. I think it's an area where a lot can be done to improve the back-end administration. So let's move a step ahead. While we take care of the agency administration part, there's an important aspect of social delivery transformation. I think this is very, very important. If I'm a citizen, if I go to the government and say, okay, I'm jobless, I need some help, there has to be some checks and balances. There has to be some processes through which, first, I should be able to knock the door where I can go and apply. Okay, in example, we are talking about universal access. Okay, I can go to a single window where I say, okay, I'm a jobless. Maybe I'm a student who needs a scholarship. So once I go there, fill up my data, the system automatically tells me what are the scholarships that you are qualified for. Or if you have lost a job, what are the benefits that you are entitled for. Right? So that's a kind of a, I would say, single window the citizen would go for. Now, once I know that I am qualified for 4 or 5 services, this need to be delivered. There is a social program engine in between that takes care of that part of it. Which is a kind of a, okay, you have family, you have kids, you have so much income, okay, you need this at this time. The entire delivery mechanics to be done by the social program. And then the outcome management. So in the same context, I said I'm jobless. So government said, okay, I mean, nobody wants to just pay you free lunch kind of thing. So we said, okay, you are a jobless, maybe for your competency, there are openings coming up, maybe the Java kind of a course, you should do it. So I will ensure that I will monitor your course to complete your training. Another example we can take of the outcome management is a lot of pregnant women, the medicines and the supplements are given. On the time bound, are they being delivered? So we are looking for some kind of a platform, which we are calling here an acquisition called IBM Curum, which has been, I think, used almost around 80 odd governments worldwide are using this platform to deliver the social benefit delivery to the citizen. And there are projects like State Social Welfare Program, e-scholarship, rural development, health, women-child benefit. They can easily use this kind of a platform because it's a very structured and integrated platform. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is a city administration, or I would say operation center, or another term we can say cross-agency collaboration. That's an area I think it's picking up in almost every kind of a sphere. Not only in these smarter cities kind of concept, but the hospitals, stadiums, transport, everywhere people are looking for solutions which help them to operationalize things better, which allow them to do the cross-agency collaboration better. So IBM offers a platform called IBM Intelligent Operations Center, which takes care of all of those aspects in a single unified way. Now, just an illustration of it, it's a, I would say, portal-based solution where you can have all the incidents in a city or a specific entity being reported there. I could see the geolocation, where is it happening, and I can see all the camera feeds if I want to integrate, all the sensors I can integrate. So it gives me a complete view of a city. Just to give an example, you can use it for traffic management, disaster, emergency response center, public transport, power, highway management. A lot of examples where they are using it. People are using it for monitoring multiple entities. Now, some use cases, for example, in this scenario we have built. Now, if I have a 24/7 integrated city operations center, it can pick up feeds from any of these entities. It could be your weather, I know some flash floods have come, or a fire situation, or a city like sewage or health and water. All those incidents can be captured in a 24/7 operations center. What will I get out of it? Obviously, things like I can actually use it for getting the prediction, okay, what are the extreme weather conditions which are coming up. I can go and find the KPIs, key performance indicator, whether my city's water is the issue, electricity is the issue, and it can apply to city, it can apply to any department, hospital, stadium, anywhere, where I know these are my key performance indicators which need to be green, and I can keep a watch on that. I can also have a situational awareness. I know, for example, there's a bomb blast in a certain area, which area it is. Maybe in that area, What are the hospitals which are got the burn yard where I can send the people, right? So the situation awareness of knowing what's happening and where it is happening is very important. Similarly, then I start the SOPs, standard operating procedure. So in case of, let's say there's a truck going with the nitrogen gas, there's a blast there or some leak there. It's a special kind of a situation which needs a different kind of assessment and handling. So unless I know what are the SOPs to do that activity, I'm not going to proceed. So overall, put together, through the different feeds, through different input that it takes, I can do a very, very intelligent and informed decision using this operation center. One more example, I would say how CSP or the citizen can be involved. In fact, we are working with many of the smart township planners to build these cities and townships more effectively. And some of the common areas for a city day-to-day issues, so it could be like road repair, water wastage, maybe the pipe being busted out somewhere, garbage pile up, payments block, anything which can happen, and a citizen like me who notices all those things happening, I can also have a mobile-based application through which I can take a picture of any of the situation with the geolocation code, and I can upload to the center which I am talking about, the 24/7 center. So this center will capture this input, which is an event. The event is reported. Somebody would validate it. Maybe if I have a camera sensor, I could go and pick it up, and I get insights of how it is happening. And then what are the standard operating procedure? So imagine a situation. Okay, if I am a citizen, I see a very busy road. Maybe there's some water overflow happening, right? And assuming that today, like we have a rain, 24 hours down the line, we have a extreme weather predicted. Now, if I do not report that activity in time, plus the rainfall coming, it definitely create water flow, overflow, and probably the transport would be effective, roads would be effective, maybe the water quality would be contaminated. So, with this, if I can report in time, system will immediately take in action, cross agencies are involved, and the action is taken timely rather than the problem gets really big and handled. And if you see that first responders are alerted, we can also give a first responder some kind of a mobile interface. Okay, maybe certain person will go and fix that. They said, okay, I have fixed it and upload it, and then everything is okay. So a lot of I would say entities, campuses, they are looking for solutions like that, where integrated command center can be helpful. One or two more slides, just to give an example. The Intelligent Operations Center can be used for various scenarios like transportation. Many states, many countries are using transportation, which is a key area. How the transport is flowing, what is the congestion level, what is the prediction that in 30 minutes this road will be congested. Obviously, they consume or they use a lot of sensors on the ground, and with the help of analytics, they determine that okay, avoid that road because there is a possibility of congestion. Okay, all of that is possible because you have a integrated intelligent operation center running around. Okay, so then there are different reports, different analytics. I heard man talking about analytics. So all of that definitely useful. Similarly, water, intelligent water. Water is a huge scarcity, I think, across the states and countries. People are using it very precisely. And then, if I have a complete view of my water filters and pipes and everything, I can have a complete view. I can have a distribution of water accordingly if I see how the distribution is happening in the state. So a lot of benefit can be done. I can also integrate that to the assets. All the pipes that you have, if any repair work is required, I can attach it to the asset management, or a work order can be initiated, all of that stuff. So a very effective end-to-end system to make sure your cities or operations or state can be managed effectively. In fact, one of this example is the Bangalore water case that we done with them, where the complete water distribution situation is visible, and they can use with the help of Intelligent Operations Center. Okay, many organizations worldwide are using the benefit of Intelligent Operations Center type of thing. Sunlight Stadium, China Transportation, Davao City, a lot of people are using these benefits. Similarly, Haryana, I think we can find out many use cases, examples where we can apply that. And this is my last slide as a summary. Back to the same citizen-centric solution. I think CSCs can surely be the vehicle to deliver whatever we just talked about as a very summarized way. To decision services delivery, social benefit, or ACD amenities reporting and maintenance, where you can make use of that. Plus, government can definitely use these automation system to improve upon. So at the end, the citizen benefits are delivered with the agility and the experience. With this, I think I should take a pause here, sir. And in case if I have any questions, I'm happy to take.
Thank you very much, Mr. Khosla. We have now